Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for June 2019. This is your mid-month tune-up. Let's see what's going on. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It can relate to family, business, love, career, friendships, finances, however it resonates, okay? I'm going to try to reach as many of you as I can. So Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Sagittarius is for the middle of June 2019. Any messages you have that can help Sagittarius reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Sagittarius, middle of June 2019. What do you see? What do they need to hear? Okay, Holy Spirit angels, can you please show me what is their general energies for the middle of June? General energies for the middle of June. We have the 8 of coins in reverse. Okay, and keep in mind my 2019 sun moon readings are up. Go look up your sun moon sign and check out your predictions for 2019. 2018 is also up. 4 of swords in reverse in regards to your challenges. Okay, other things to mention, I'm on Facebook and Insta if you'd like to message me. If you need a quick answer to a quick question, I'm on Instant Go. One question is $4.98. 5 of swords in the upright for advice. And then moving forward, out of June into July, you guys have the King of Staves in the upright. Okay, if this reading resonates, consider personal reading. Rates, info, email, or below. We can go ahead and set that up. All right. It's so funny because I just got reamed by a Virgo for a negative reading, and now I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh man, okay. And, you know, so be it. I don't let that kind of stuff bothers me. It is what it is. Alrighty, so we're starting off with the 8 of coins in reversed. And what I'm getting from this is you guys you're working, but you're not really getting any place, okay? So maybe you're in a job, you're going through the day-to-day, not really motivated about it. You're just doing it to get paid. Maybe looking, you know, maybe staying in it so you get your retirement benefits or what have you. I mean, it's really tedious work. It's nothing you're excited about. It's nothing you're very inspired about. You don't feel like you're progressing upward. The 8 of coins can also be very, very set in your ways of thinking, and this is kind of limiting you in order to get where you need to go. So, you know, if you think about things the same way, start thinking outside of the box. You know, maybe that'll be helpful, because the way that you're looking at things right now may actually be preventing you from getting where you need to go, okay? And for the most part, I just kind of think you're fighting through the doldrums in regards to work, a practical situation, something in that matter. Yeah, okay. So we have the 4 of swords in reverse here in the challenge position. And I feel like if you keep on going on this path, it's not going to get any better. Okay, because you're working hard. Maybe you're not getting compensation for it, or like I said, not getting to where you want to go. And eventually what's going to happen is a few things. 1, you're just going to get so tired of running on the hamster wheel, you're going to burn out. 2, you're going to start getting really maybe anxious to look elsewhere for something. Or 3, you're going to get really frustrated that nothing's changing. I mean, any of those things, however they go, they probably aren't going to end well. But these are your challenges right now. You know, you're burnout, you're frustrated, and I feel like a lot of things are kind of coming to a head, okay? And maybe the challenge is for you to kind of like keep going along without it coming to a head, all right? The 5 of swords here is in the advice. And when the 5 of swords is in an advice, it's kind of fighting against the tide, trying to hold back a tidal wave with a teaspoon. And I kind of got, I mean, sometimes the 5 of swords can be stop fighting because you can't win this battle. But I'm kind of getting change the ways that you're fighting this battle. Okay, so maybe you're not winning it the way that you're fighting it, but maybe there's a different way that you can approach it. And maybe it's a fact of laying down your swords for a little while and thinking about, okay, how can I win this fight? How can I do it differently? It's the way I'm going about with the fighting that I'm not getting the response that I need. So, you know how they say, you know, you may not win the battle, but you'll win the war. I think that that's kind of relevant to this. You don't have to fight every battle that's given to you. And maybe you should start thinking about picking and choosing your battles, fighting the ones that count, and then fighting the ones that count more intellectually or with logic, because that's what the swords are about. They're based on intellectual working smarter, not harder, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm kind of feeling. And if you do that, it looks like you might move forward very well, because we have the King of Staves here. The King of Staves is very much a card of leadership, a card of somebody that people want, that admire. People will walk through fire for the King of Staves, I always say. He leads people very well, okay? He inspires people. They're inspired to become better people. He's very passionate about what he does, okay? He's a strong person in that respect, but he inspires creativity. He inspires people to get really, like, excited about something. So I really do think if this is not you kind of being this person moving forward, I feel like what happens is you are influenced by somebody who's like this, or you end up getting into a situation which, gets your passion going again and your inspiration going again. It might be a totally different situation that you put yourself into. So why does it say 8 of Coins here in reverse? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the 8 of Coins in reverse for Sagittarius for the middle of June. I mean, the end of the story, maybe I should put a better title so, like, Virgo, whoever's, don't come in here and say, you're the most negative reader in the world. You guys are so positive. I've never gotten anything from you guys, but, I mean, it really kind of gets on your nerves when you use your free time and try to do this stuff, and all you do is get criticized and threatened. All right. So we have the Hermit card reversed. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Hermit card is the card of Virgo, coincidentally. Because I was just complaining about them. Maybe that's why they turned up. So I'm still kind of getting this feeling that you're stuck in a situation. And like I said, you're not, like, you're just going through the day-to-day, getting through the gray stuff. You're kind of cut off from people. You might be isolating yourself, cutting yourself off from people because it's affecting you that much. You're just kind of like, leave me alone right now. I don't really want to talk to anybody. I just want to kind of sulk a little bit. I want to withdraw. I'm tired of being around people who want to, like, I almost feel like you guys are getting people around you. They kind of see that you're like this. You're going through this grind. They're coming around you, and you're getting like these super positive people that are like, hey, you know what? Well, look on the bright side. You might be able to do this and that. And, you're getting these people that are just coming with stuff that just does not seem realistic. Happy-go-lucky sunshine people. You just don't want to be around with these people this time, because I feel like what they're presenting to you is overly optimistic. It's not realistic, and you just want to be left alone. It's almost like, just leave me in my misery right now. I'll figure it out. So I do think you're cutting yourself off from these people. I see with the 8 of Swords, you're trying to liberate yourself from this. Okay, so you don't like how things are going right now. You might be looking at, you might be a little more open to change. Maybe you're saying to yourself, the old ways that I've been doing things have not been working for me. This thing that I'm in right now, I keep on doing everything the same on the day-to-day. This is not working for me. So you're really kind of figuring out, or you're getting the idea, how am I gonna release myself from this? How am I gonna get out of this situation? So, I mean, you're definitely thinking about it. It's clearly something you want to figure out on your own when I see the Hermit card. You don't want any kind of people around you. And I get this Page of Wands in reversed, and I think it goes back to these people, believe it or not. These people are around you. I just don't feel like you want to talk to people. You don't want to communicate what's going on. And other people might think you're doing it, like you're being grumpy. I don't think you're being grumpy. I think you just, you want to be alone, and you don't really want to talk to people, and you don't want to hear what people have to say. You kind of need to figure this out on your own. I feel like it's something that's a very, solitary mission, and you just don't want any chitter chatter while you're kind of deciding on this. And I feel you do get out of it because it ends with the King of Staves, so. Alrighty. Why is the 4 of Swords here in reverse? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the 4 of Swords in reverse for the challenge position for Sagittarius. Who is this person? What is this energy? Okay, so the challenge for you is kind of getting to where you think that you should be. The Emperor card is a card, that guy is the almighty powerful kind of guy. When he says something's going to go down, it does. He brings order to chaos. That's a card of Aries too, if that resonates. And I almost feel like you all feel like you should be in a different position than you are. A position that brings, like I said, power along with it. And then you have this Nine of Wands. What I'm getting from that is it's weird because I don't usually get that for the Nine of Wands, but it's a little bit of, I don't want to say paranoia, but concern about what other people are saying about you. Maybe you're putting your guard up. Maybe you feel like you should be in this position of power or something. You're putting your guard up. I get like these poles around you, like people are talking and you're wondering, what are they saying? You know, mistrusting these people around you. And I think that the challenge is that that's not an actuality. That's not really happening. You just perceive that that's happening. And the Six of Cups here is telling you, what I'm feeling like with that is that I don't, and this is a creativity thing. I think you're just thinking about the ways that you've always done them. Six of Cups is a very creative card. And I always say to people, if you want to get in touch with your creativity, go back to when you were a child. When you were a child, nobody told you to color inside the lines, right? You just did whatever you wanted to. You colored when you wanted to. You ran around the house naked with underwear on your head. You never thought about anything until society started putting boundaries and structures, things around you, limiting you. That could be the Six of Wands here, you being limited, you having a fort around you, you having to color between the lines. And part of it is that you've lost your creativity. You've lost, joy. You've lost thinking about things like in a childlike way. Okay. I almost feel like whatever this you're in right now, they have really like boxed you in. And I don't think that that's a very good place. You guys are very creative spirits. And I think, I feel like your wings have been clipped and you're just like, okay, I'm just here for the paycheck. When's Friday? Okay. Of course, it doesn't have to be a work thing. It could be a relationship. It could be anything, however it resonates. Why is this Five of Swords here? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. I wonder if this Five of Swords is you going to battle for this and being very strong in your opinions. Why is this Five of Swords here? Who is this person? What is your energy? I mean, factor in everything else I said. Okay, so yeah, I feel like with the advice here, you don't have to fight every battle, and you need to fight your battles in a wiser way. Okay, I think how you've been doing it before hasn't been working. And the Knight of Pentacles is here saying you need to develop some sort of strategy, some kind of plan for the future. I almost feel like it's getting out of this, but something that's going to ensure stability. It's careful, it's thought out. Knight of Pentacles does not do anything that's risky. He makes sure when he jumps, there's a net to catch him. So it's willing to work hard, but not getting into a risky situation, and almost like getting compensated for it, because right under it we have the Six of Pentacles. So they're telling you, find something or demand, because this Five of Swords is about, if you're going to battle for this, if you're going to demand something, let them know that you work hard and you deserve to be compensated for that. We have the Six of Pentacles here, which is about reciprocity, kind of getting paid what you deserve. I think part of it is you're working really hard, and you might not be getting paid what you should be. And here's this guy, like, tossing coins to people. He's very benevolent, so maybe it's you seeking another situation, or they're telling you to seek another situation where you have that. And then it's time to focus on you. This is the card of Cancer for those of you if that resonates. And, it's all about, what do you want? What are your goals? Just do you, and don't let anything stand in the way. Be very determined, very focused. I don't know what you're hanging out in this, but this is what's going to break you out of it. And I see you breaking out of this with the King of Staves. Why is the King of Staves here for Sagittarius as they move out of June, and I'm sure, I was pretty sure you would anyways. I can't imagine that you all would stay in something like this for very long. As the King of Staves here, who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the King of Staves in the upright. Who is this person? What is this energy? I feel like too with the King of Staves, for a small percentage of you, when you air your grievances, when you go to battle and have this, I feel like demands are going to be met, and your status gets elevated. Okay. Wheel of Fortune with the Four of Wands in reverse. Uh-oh. I was getting all happy-go-lucky, and then... Okay, so going back to what I said about the elevation status, so, you know, you go to battle or whatever, and you say, hey, this is what I want. You know, I want a bigger 401k or whatever, and I want to get paid more money, and I'm hell-bent on doing this, okay? I feel like you go to battle for that, or you battle wisely for it. And I think you get it with the King of Staves. But the problem is the position that comes along with it. And that's usually how it works, right? You get elevated, you get like in charge of people, you're managing people, you're like the boss, you're telling people what to do. But then the position itself has its you know, thorns in it. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse talks about things changing for the worst, okay? And I don't think it's for the worst. I think you get put into a situation where it's not the, and I'm getting this from the Four of Wands, it's not the coziest environment to get in. I almost feel like you get put in this position because you can handle it, but it's not like something that's going to have you skipping to go to work every day. I feel like you'll get compensated for it, but I feel like there's a situation where something needs to be improved, and you're the person to do it. And it's a very difficult environment to kind of like turn this around or kind of make this happen, but this is what you're assigned to, okay? But it's good though, because you've elevated kind of your status. And the Two of Swords here kind of is deciding what you're going to do. So I feel like you're going to be put in a position where it's an elevated position, but it's going to be on you to decide how things are going to happen, what decisions are going to be made, and you're going to be uncertain. You're going to be a mediator, an arbitrator of some sort. You're the one that's going to be making decisions in regards to how money is spent or whatever within the confines of this institution or this entity. And you're going to have a lot of going back and forth and lacking information and not knowing whether or not, you know, you need to make this decision or how you can make this decision. And it's going to be in a difficult environment. So, I mean, even though you get promoted or whatever, or you're in a different position, it's going to have its share of thorns to go along with it, right? Because I know a friend of mine that just got promoted recently, and she got everything that, you know, she wanted, but, you know, the other side of that is there's a lot more work that goes into it, and some more headaches, okay? But I think you'll do fine because of how you guys are. I am getting that you were chosen for this because of how you presented it, and also because they realized that you were the right person for this particular thing. So even though it has its share of headaches, you're probably the best person for this thing, this job, or whatever you got put into. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I hope it didn't come off as too negative, but whatever. If this resonates, consider a personal reading. Rates, info, and my email are below. Just send me an email, and we can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, I will see you in July. Thank you for your like, share, subscribes. If you haven't done so, please do so now. And I'll see you, what did I say, in July? Yeah, for your love readings. Bye, guys. Good luck.